Will really challenged Luron to pull up the text message, pull up the text messages, all for him to get caught out and caught up in a lie. We got to think. What's good, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. Ready to Love Season 9, The Reunion, Part 2. I'm late with my recap, but better late than never. Let's talk about this very anticlimactic waste of time. This reunion as a whole, nothing was accomplished. We didn't really delve into any topics, and there was so much that should have been addressed in a proper way. Tommy is not the answer to these reunions. He's just not. But let's talk about it, y'all, before we get started. If you have not already, if you've been rocking with me all season and you have enjoyed the content, subscribe to the channel. If you get through a good portion of this video and you enjoy it, hit the like button. And then, as always, leave your thoughts and opinions down below. We start with Lamar. So we get Lamar's package of him being the creep that he is. He sees nothing wrong with it. He does admit that, or he does acknowledge, I can say, he acknowledges that, yeah, he is a little too much. He admits that he is an aggressive person, but he doesn't see an issue with that. He said that he does not like boring conversations, which is why he leads with the sexualized conversations that he does. Look, if Lamar thinks that the way that he is dating and the way that he is doing things is fine with him, he's not going to change anything. But I think Lamar's track record of how he is a single man right now and struck out with every single lady on this cast, that should tell you something about the way you moving. The average mature adult woman does not want to come into a situation where they are just meeting somebody and that person is talking to them about sex. We just don't. We don't. It's off putting to, I would say, the average woman. There are going to be women that are down with that and that are cool with that, and that's perfectly fine as well. No judgment here, but Lamar is not operating on all cylinders, right? So he said that he would never change who he is. He also then said that he might need to just tweak how he approaches women just a little bit. It was kind of disappointing that Tommy didn't delve into this more. Tommy didn't call him out on some of the things that he did. That was very, very disappointing. But okay. So we then get to Jonathan. So Jonathan said that he was reserved during the process because he is hesitant to be vulnerable because then his emotions go up and down. If you are hesitant on being vulnerable, why did you come on this show? What was the purpose of you coming on the show, Jonathan? So Jonathan talks about how he held back a lot in the process, obviously. He then, we get into the whole topic of Mika not knowing that he had an ex-wife. He said that when Mika assumed he had a baby mama, he decided to let her run with that narrative. Why? How disrespectful is that to your ex-wife that you would allow somebody to reduce her to the notion of being a baby mama? What were you trying to prove with Mika or prove to Mika by even allowing her to do that? I thought that was weird. That made absolutely no sense. So instead of him correcting her and saying, no, that's my ex wife, he decided to roll with it. And then even when they pointed out that you should have corrected her, his response was just, oh, I guess. All right. When they talk about the situation with Alexis, he said that I guess whatever they were doing was boring. The party was boring and he wanted to spice things up, so that's why he did that. Looking back, in hindsight, he realized that he not only embarrassed her, but he embarrassed himself. He also said that he apologizes. Look, if an event is boring, I mean, get up and dance or something. But you groping her and putting her into a sexual position that she was pushing back and trying to get away from, that was your idea of spicing up the night, Jonathan? This was such a bad season, y'all. This was such a bad group of people. We then have a segment on the men liking to suck toes and lick feet and all this other type of stuff. Whatever. So we talk about Chaz. Chaz said that he wanted to give everyone a fair shot on the cast. He wanted to give all of the women a chance during the process to get to know them. Said he did his best to not mislead any of the women. Vanessa feels that Chaz said that he was her strongest connection throughout the process, but the more he said it and the more that he described it, she started to feel like it meant less and less throughout the process. And I can see why she would think that, because if I am your strong connection, your strongest connection, why are you still picking up women along the way? Why are you still picking up connections along the way? You added Patrice as a connection on the getaway. By the time we're at the getaway, nobody is finding new connections. Nobody. So that was kind of weird in itself. Vanessa then talks about how she felt that Chaz, even though he doesn't think he was very misleading. Chaz said that, look, even just because you don't, or just because you didn't see how, I treated you a little differently or a little better than the other women, everybody else could see that. He then said that, he cared very deeply for her. When I would bring you flowers, I gave you 2 dozen. I gave all the other women 1 dozen. Look, Chaz is a narcissist. Chaz is a manipulator. I don't think anybody that is watching this show believes that Chaz absolutely treated Vanessa right. I think that Chaz was saying different things to Vanessa than he was showcasing on the show. I do think that Chaz came onto the show because Chaz is a man that does not typically have all these different women interested in him on a daily basis out in real life. So Chaz comes onto the show. All these different women are interested in him and they like him. He didn't know how to handle it. So instead of him focusing in on the woman that he truly, truly liked, he was like a little horny teenager that liked every woman that liked him back. Chaston said that Vanessa sent him a text saying that if you knew you were going to leave, then we should have sent William home. He did not like that. That was when he left on the getaway. Vanessa said, look, if you were willing to get up and walk away without a word, saying a word from me, Rashina, Patrice, and Mika, then we should have sent home William because we didn't know if you were coming back or not. So I guess that's the message that he's been saying, that she was her reply that he didn't like all this, the remaining episodes of the season. Look, Chaz, you did get up and leave without anybody knowing, right? Is Vanessa's response warranted? I don't know. But I guess I would feel the way too if I was her and we came into this weekend and we're supposed to have this really good connection, and then you start picking up other women along the way. You're giving these other women more attention, more time than you're giving me, and then within a blink of an eye, you're gone. She made a very rash decision to send that message. You made a very rash decision to leave. So Chaz said that he wanted a moment away, and I guess production kept following him, so he took the matters into his own hand and he left. So Rashina said that it also bothered her because they didn't know if he was coming back or not. Chaz said that Vanessa told him that she would never love or like his dog. Girl, I don't know why you would say that. That's rude. Okay, let's say that is rude to say to him. He, on the flip, asked her, so would you be with a man that did not like or love your children? And she said that's completely different. It is. I'll say this. If Vanessa told you that initially, off rip, why did you string her along the entire time? That's what she means by you were being misleading. Because if you had made up your mind that because she did not like your dog, did not say that and said that she would never like or love your dog, why would you keep entertaining her if that was clearly such a deal breaker for you? That is being misleading, Chaz. So she was like, that's foolery, and you can't compare the two. Vanessa feels that the petrified flower was unnecessary and was intentionally hurtful. Chaz said, I am an artistic and I'm very symbolic, and it's because I'm poetic. Nigga, please. You did that to hurt her. So he's offended that she thinks that him having this dead rose in the middle of the bouquet that he gave her was about her and was meant to hurt her. He calls her a narcissist. You're the narcissist, Chaz. Who wouldn't think that that was... Okay. Okay, this is the man that... Okay, whatever. So he calls her a narcissist, and she was like, so my behavior is narcissistic, but yours isn't. And then he does his little fake, of course, I'm not the narcissist. I had peace after that moment. No, you didn't, because you kept looking back to make sure she didn't turn around and look. You did not have peace in that moment, Chaz. You didn't. You didn't. You were putting on a show because you thought that it would get you, I guess, some kudos or some pointers or some whatever from the audience, and it didn't. It had an adverse effect. So Chaston said that he has found love, he's not on the market, and there is a date set. I said, I know you effing lying. So he then goes on to say that this is somebody that he knew and dated before the process. She wanted him to go through the process, and she supported it. What that tells me is that Chaz came into this with a girlfriend. He came into this in a relationship. He came on this show for attention and for a little bit of fame, a little bit of publicity. And now he is back with that woman because there is no way that after 3 months of this show wrapping that you are now engaged with a date set already. Chaz, gone somewhere with this. You look and sound stupid, to be honest. We then talk Luron. Oh, God. So, Tommy said that Luron's strongest connection at the beginning was Koshia. Luron said, I wouldn't say it like that. She was just a strong connection. No, at the beginning, she was your strongest connection, Luron. Don't try to downplay her now because you don't like how things ended between the two of y'all. That's lame. That's why Alexis called you a dork last episode. Koshia said that they do not talk at all. Luron said that he's not going to chase somebody that doesn't want it to work out. Facts. If Koshia doesn't want to be with you, no, you shouldn't be chasing after her. We can all agree on that. Koshia said that he was reckless at the pajama party. She did not appreciate the way that he mishandled her, the way that he talked to her. Luron said, no, it's deeper than that. She went on a date and she was being sneaky about it, which is her being in the process. He claimed she went on a date with Chaz. Chaz is in the back and said, we never dated. Koshia is saying, I was not on a date with Chaz. He said that she was dating Chaz, the chef, and she was unhinged. Tommy didn't delve into that, and I think it's because they know that Luron is lying. So, why even talk about that? Luron then said that after the process, he went back to the streets for 2 to 3 weeks, and then he messaged Maya. They hung out. They went out. And I guess there's a possibility for them to continue to date in the future. Now, I don't know when this reunion was filmed, but I know that Luron did an interview with Little Black Book. Shout out to Kojo. And that was after the reunion was filmed. And it was very clear that him and Maya are not going to get back together. So that's a moot point at this point. What I did not like is that Tommy did not dig deeper into the fact that Luron called her a bitch. We didn't dig deeper into the fact that Luron has seemingly been aggressive with the other women. Why wasn't that addressed? Why was this wrapped up in a neat little package as if Luron was the stand-up stellar guy who just didn't get a good shake at this process. No, Luron had a history and a pattern that a lot of the women could attest to of not only disrespecting the other lady, but other women, but getting loud with them. Why wasn't that addressed and talked about? So we talk about this group chat. So, Dominic said that the group chat was started out with innocence and it was basically an extension of the men's lounge. Tommy then said, I told y'all, don't be talking about the men's lounge outside of the actual men's lounge. Here's the thing though, Tommy, you can't tell these grown men or grown women what they can and cannot talk about when they are not in front of the cameras. You can't expect these people to forge a friendship and forge a bond and not talk about the show, which is what they are bonding about. So there's that. Like, you expecting them to not talk about the show outside of filming is just not, it's not realistic. So Dominic said that the men were swaying the women to basically say, we got your back. Will said that he was only connecting with one person, so he doesn't know anything about what was going on. Luron pipes up and said, yeah, because you had an inside girl. Said that Will and Alexis were sharing information back and forth, and that's how that, the alliance situation and the alliance talk started. So Will is like, what were we sharing information about? I don't even talk to you. Luron once again does this whole, cause you know better. Luron, nobody is scared of you. I don't know why he keeps saying that. You know better than the what? What are you gonna do? Oh, that is so off-putting when he says that. So Tommy gives, or Luron then said, I have the text message thread. You did say you have an inside connection. Gives the phone to Tommy. Tommy reads verbatim what is in the thread. And Will definitely said that he wanted Koshia off the show because he heard what she was saying about him from his inside connect. Your inside connect was Alexis. He then said that Mika and Koshia wanted the dudes with the most swag off the show because they know that they have the power to get them off and to find the weak link. Will, I'm sorry, but I don't think anybody thought that you were one of the dudes that had the most swag. I am certain that you were not in that list. So then Will is like, yeah, we all said that. You just said you didn't have an inside connect. The way Will got caught up in that lie and looked stupid. Yikes. Yikes. I mean, it'd have been, considering that the everything is over, just admit that Alexis was your intel. There's no point in lying about it now because the show is over. So he gets caught in his lie. Koshia feels that it's not okay for Alexis to not only lie on her, but to go back and tell Will different things, which then caused Will to form an opinion about her from that. And then April said that she's disturbed because she did not come on this show to play games. Luron and Will start going back and forth. Once again, Luron's chain gets called fake. It's clearly fake. This big medallion is clearly fake. But Will is like, I got more money than you. Okay. And you still got on fake jewelry. So Tommy said that if they would have all stayed genuine to their own journey, they would have gotten a lot further than they did. Instead of trying all these different alliances and trying to get other people out, focus on who you actually like. No, Tommy, if y'all weren't sending people home, these people would have gotten further along than what they did. It's the fact that y'all send people home. So Will then says that he could have handled the what? Oh, sorry. Will then said that he could have handled the group chat a lot differently. Will, you're just mad you got caught up in your lie. You got caught in a lie. Own it, be done with it, and move on. We have a very quick section on Justin and Mika. Mika still don't want kids. Justin is willing to settle because he doesn't want to miss an opportunity with somebody special. He feels that Mika is 90% of what he actually wants, so he is willing to, I guess, forego having children. I'm going to tell you this, if Mika and Justin stay together, he is going to resent her because Justin wants kids. He's going to end up resenting her. Is it that Mika doesn't want to carry kids? Are y'all willing to get a surrogate? Are y'all willing to do something else? But I just feel like if you want to have kids, you getting with a woman that does not want to have any more, you are going to eventually resent her. But they said that they are in love and that marriage is the end goal. They're going to slow things down a little bit and take their time with it, but for now they're really enjoying each other's company. He has talked to her daughter on the phone, and I think he's maybe FaceTimed with her son or something like that. For our final thoughts on this awful cast, Will said he's dating two girls. No, you're not. Lamar said he's single, obviously. William and Patrice, I guess, are going to go to the affair. They're supposed to be having a fair date. Alonzo looked kind of, oh my God. Alonzo, you don't care. You've been sleeping with everybody else. So let Patrice go ahead and find her somebody. Vanessa and Dominique are dating, and Chaz looked salty. See, Chaz looked salty because he felt that Vanessa wasn't going to find anybody. Chaz looked salty. Did y'all see that look? Kind of, oh. Vanessa said that Dominique was always one of her connections, and that's why she was kind of devastated when he went home. Okay. And then Maya said that the door is not closed completely on Luron. Luron, once again, does not want to be honest and forthcoming with his feelings for her and how he truly feels about her because, he doesn't want to do it in front of everybody else. Childish. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode. How did y'all feel about this season as a whole? This was awful. Again, as we keep saying, every recap, the format has to change. Tommy needs a new host. We have to pick different cities. Let's get ready to love Des Moines. Okay? Let's get ready to love Bismarck. Let's go to some other cities that are not these main cities where people are trying to be actors and get on TV and all that type of stuff. We have to make a change with the show. But I will catch you guys down in the comments. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video. I will be recapping the Never Ever Mets. So if you guys are going to be watching that, make sure you guys come back Friday so we can talk about that. Otherwise, catch you guys in the comments. Peace.